Hey there, this is Jamie Miller with English Success Academy, and I made this video to show you how to improve your reading and listening scores for TOEFL iBT. If you and I have been talking, you already got the document from me, 3 steps to analyze your reading weaknesses, and the corresponding one, 3 steps to analyze your listening weaknesses. Hopefully, you've already finished step 1, which is to take a realistic practice test. And if you already did this, and if you already finished step number 2, where you tracked your mistakes and you found out the correct percentage, then the next thing that we need to do is figure out which types of mistakes you made. So you can see here, you're going to use the following chart to track each type of question that you got right or wrong. If you have 0 in a category, congratulations. If you missed a question for that category, write an X or a check mark in the middle column. That's going to be here, number of answers with this type that are wrong. So the category questions are over here on the left side of the chart, and you need to go back to your practice test in order to answer this. So you may need to go back to a website or maybe a book that you were using, depending on where you did the test from. You need to go back to that part and you want to look at the questions and figure out which type of question it is so that you can answer. After you're done, you'll have some numbers in this middle chart. And when you answer that, you're going to count the X's or the check marks for each mistake. Which types of questions are the most problematic for you? And then you're going to figure out and write the 3 most problematic question types. So maybe you make the most mistakes with fill in a table, or maybe you make the most mistakes with summary, prose summary. Or perhaps you make the most mistakes with factual information. It doesn't matter what yours are. You want to write down and identify those top 3 here. And then you should finish the practice from section in Delta's Key to the TOEFL. Well, how do you know what chapter? It's over here, written on the side. So this column, the right column, tells you the source you should look at to practice and improve. So if you want to use Delta's Advanced Key, you can get that here on our website, EnglishSuccessAcademy.com. And I've put the link in the video description for this. If you click here, you can add it to your shopping cart, and then you're going to enter your billing details and all of those things, and you will get instant access to that program. After you pay, then you will have an account in the online TOEFL workshop. This is our special website where we have study programs like Delta's Key. You will get a user login and a password, and you will be able to log in. After you log into the website, you will have access to the course that you bought. So you will have Delta's Key to the TOEFL iBT. Now let's imagine that you want to improve your reading score in factual information questions. So that's chapter 1.1. And if we go to reading and we look for chapter 1.1, we can see over here in the navigation panel, 1.1 is understanding facts and details. Facts and details matches factual information. So that's the same type of question. So we click here, and you get an explanation about how to answer these kinds of questions. There's a description that helps you understand what to do. There's also really useful information about how to recognize facts and details questions, what they look like, what they sound like. And there's a lot of help with understanding, identifying those questions. There are also some useful skills that you should know about and think about. And there's also other help with things like transitions and other linking phrases and transition phrases that you want to get used to and comfortable with that can help you answer. The thing that I really, really love about Delta's Key, and the reason that I've always suggested that my students use it, is because the author, Nancy Gallagher, wrote this great part about how to answer questions and why they could be incorrect. And I think this is one of the biggest benefits of this program and this book, is that it helps you understand why an answer is incorrect. And Nancy, because of the smart woman that she is, was able to come up with different reasons that something could be wrong. And every chapter of the book has those same kinds of things. So if you're struggling to answer a question, type of question, there's always help understanding why something is wrong. So this is really, really useful. After you finish this practice on this page, you can come down to the bottom and skip to the practice section, where there are quiz-like activities that help you get more practice answering these types of questions. So when you finish the chapter, then you want to go to the next thing that's your problematic type of question, the most problematic thing. Also, on the last page, please make sure to pay attention to recommendations about schedules. You'll see that down here, there's some information about what an effective study day looks like, where you have blocks of time and actual time numbers. And you also put some chapter numbers in there that help you stay focused so that you're doing specific sections of this book and making real measurable progress, not randomly trying things, but really staying focused. An example of an ineffective study day looks something like this. Monday, I will do some TOEFL reading practice. So anyway, this is an explanation of how to improve your reading and listening. And we used this document here, 3 steps to analyze your reading weaknesses. When you're done with the chart and filling in the types of questions wrong, you want to open up the document that's for the listening. And when you have that listening document, you'll want to do exactly the same thing with tracking the types of questions that you got wrong. And again, you'll see that this has recommendations for which chapters of Delta's Key to use. And so if we navigate forward over to here, to the listening section, you will see that these chapter titles correspond to that document. Again, on the last page, you're going to identify the most problematic question types, start with your top 3, and then when you know the chapter numbers, which you can get from up here in the chart, copy the chapter numbers that correspond to it, and then come back over here to the online TOEFL workshop and click on the sections that you need to make progress. If you've got any other questions, send us an email at info@englishsuccessacademy.com. Have an awesome day.